Welcome, everyone. I'm glad you're here to listen and relax as we gently explore the news today. Let's take a deep, slow breath together and ease into the first story. In recent days, an incident has raised deep concerns about civil liberties and the power of immigration enforcement. A well-known Palestinian activist, Mahmoud Khalil, who holds a lawful permanent resident status, was detained by ICE. Despite his green card, he was stopped while returning from his role as a protest leader at Columbia University. His wife, 8 months pregnant, was even threatened with arrest when trying to see him. This action comes amid statements from top officials claiming that such measures target those supporting protests against policies in Gaza. While officials insist these moves align with national security and executive directives, many legal experts, civil rights advocates, and members of the community worry that these steps undermine the First Amendment protections and the right to protest. In this heavy moment, it is important to remember that behind every statistic, there is a family grappling with fear and uncertainty. Now, as we exhale and allow our minds to clear, let's shift our focus north to Canada, where a new chapter is unfolding. Mark Carney has been elected as the leader of Canada's Liberal Party in a landslide victory, capturing more than 85% of the vote from over 150,000 participants. Although he has never held elected office before, his calm, measured tone and extensive background in steering both the Bank of Canada and the Bank of England inspire hope in some. Many see his election as a welcome change, a promise of thoughtful economic management and a renewed commitment to fair trade, especially at a time when tensions between the US and Canada over tariffs and border issues continue to simmer. His victory offers a gentle reminder that even when the political landscape is uncertain, new leadership has the potential to bring fresh perspectives and a desire to care for everyday people. As we let that thought settle, let's move our attention to a story that speaks of sorrow and loss far from these peaceful northern lands. In Syria, the recent violence has brought grief to many families. Over the past several days, more than 1,300 people have been killed, including nearly 1,000 civilians caught in the conflict. Most of those lost were ordinary people, many from a small minority community that has long been marginalized. The coastal provinces, once considered safe havens for these communities, are now marred by clashes and deep-seated sectarian tensions. In the midst of this chaos, families are left to mourn, and communities are left to wonder if there will ever be a time of calm again. Even as the government claims to be restoring order, the scars of this violence continue to etch themselves into the hearts of many, reminding us that even in the darkest times, a gentle hope for peace remains vital. Now, take another slow breath as we ease into a story that shines a light on human resilience amid hardship. Jackie Dennis, a dedicated special education teacher from Michigan, faced one of the most challenging battles of her life when she contracted COVID-19 during her pregnancy. Her condition deteriorated rapidly, and she spent over a month on life support before receiving a double lung transplant, a procedure that saved her life. In the aftermath of her recovery, Jackie found strength not only for herself, but also for the community around her. She organized a workshop at Huron High School where students crafted comfort blankets for the families of organ donors. These simple, yet heartfelt gestures have become symbols of gratitude and hope, offering a gentle reminder that even after the storm, care and compassion can blossom. It's a story that encourages us to hold on to kindness, even when the world feels heavy. Now, let's gently shift our focus to an internal conversation within our political system. Recently, tensions arose among Democratic leaders regarding how to respond when members take to the floor in protest. Some voices, including those from the halls of Congress, have expressed frustration over what they describe as overly disruptive tactics during speeches and debate. In heated private meetings, questions were raised about whether it is more effective to channel passion into assertive public dissent or to maintain a reserved dignity in challenging moments. These discussions, though fraught with tension, are also a reminder that, even among those who share common goals, there can be deep disagreements on how best to fight for justice and social change. It is a subtle reminder that the path to progress is not always smooth or uniformly agreed upon, yet every voice in the debate adds depth to our collective pursuit of fairness. I don't know about you, but sometimes I feel it might be refreshing to see our democratic voices channel a bit more passionate energy, a spirited push that meets challenges head on. Imagine if they could bring a touch more fire to the conversation in a determined, inspiring way that makes their message shine even brighter. Taking another deep breath, let's turn our attention to this next story. Minnesota's Tim Walz has begun to emerge as a vocal and reflective figure, hinting at a broader role on the national stage. With candid insights into the challenges faced during recent election cycles, Walz has openly critiqued the cautious approach of past campaigns. He suggests that bolder, more direct engagement with voters, particularly on issues such as universal health care and economic justice, could have made a significant difference. His own record as governor, marked by practical policies that support working families and promote social welfare, stands as a testament to his commitment to the people. His remarks carry the weight of someone who has seen both the promise and the pitfalls of political strategy, and his determination to help guide the nation through turbulent times resonates like a steady, reassuring heartbeat. Now, with a gentle exhale, let's look at a story that casts a long shadow over international relations. Recent comments from President Trump have once again stirred controversy. In a series of statements, he has threatened military action and economic measures against Canada, even suggesting changes to long-standing border treaties and water rights. Such rhetoric has left many Canadians unsettled, with recent polls showing a significant drop in the number who view the United States as a friendly neighbor. These remarks, cloaked in aggressive economic posturing, only deepen the sense of instability that already hangs over international trade and diplomatic relations. For those who value peace and stability, this story reminds us to remain vigilant and to advocate for dialogue and respectful engagement between nations. As we continue our gentle journey, let's now reflect on the human impact of policies closer to home. In some parts of the United States, communities that once supported Trump now find themselves facing the harsh realities of government cutbacks. Federal layoffs have left many hardworking citizens suddenly adrift, with long-held promises of prosperity giving way to economic uncertainty. One story tells of a Trump supporter who, while driving to work, was unexpectedly confronted by ICE agents. A startling reminder that policies intended to target illegal activity sometimes ensnare legal residents as well. These experiences, filled with both confusion and a profound sense of betrayal, underscore the real human costs of policies that prioritize control over compassion. As these communities navigate the fallout from sweeping government cuts, the call for fairness and accountability grows ever stronger. Now, as we take another slow breath, we turn our attention to the ongoing economics that shape our everyday lives. A series of aggressive tariffs and erratic policy shifts have sown instability in the market. Despite official figures that might not fully capture the economic strain felt by many households, a growing number of people are experiencing the pinch of a downturn. Whether it is the threat of a recession or the very real consequences of reduced federal spending, the economic landscape today is marked by uncertainty, and every policy decision has a ripple effect, touching the lives of families who rely on a stable and predictable economy to build a secure future. Let's now transition softly to an international investigation that has cast doubt on the practices of a major corporation. In Canada, concerns have been raised over suspicious activity at Tesla outlets. Reports suggest that an unusually high number of electric vehicles were sold within a short period, prompting questions about the integrity of rebate programs and sales figures. As investigators and regulators call for a thorough review, this situation stands as a reminder that even companies at the forefront of innovation must be held accountable to the highest standards of transparency and fairness. In a related incident, a SpaceX rocket experienced a catastrophic failure during a test launch, scattering debris over a wide area and disrupting flights across several airports. These events, though technical in nature, serve as a reminder that progress in technology must always be balanced with careful oversight to ensure public safety. Finally, let's take a deep, reflective breath as we consider a story that seems to border on the surreal. In Michigan, a state representative has proposed a law that would completely ban, let's call it adult content across the entire state, describing adult material as a scourge. This proposal has sparked a heated debate about the role of government in regulating personal freedom. Critics argue that such a measure would not only be impractical, but would also infringe upon the very rights that form the cornerstone of a free society. Some states already require extensive identity checks for accessing such content, which many say invades their privacy and touches a nerve, especially when seen as part of a broader trend toward overreach in matters of personal choice. In this case, the proposal stands as a stark reminder of the extremes that political rhetoric can reach, and of the importance of safeguarding individual liberties against undue interference. As our gentle journey through today's news draws to a close, let's take a final deep breath together. We have traversed a wide landscape from the troubling detentions that challenge our freedoms to new hopes emerging in Canada, from the heart-wrenching losses in Syria to the inspiring resilience of everyday heroes like Jackie Dennis. Each story, whether marked by sorrow, hope, anger, or determination, is a reminder that our world is complex and ever-changing. In these challenging times, it is the quiet strength, the collective empathy, and the unyielding demand for justice that guide us forward. Thank you for staying with me through these moments, for listening with an open heart, and for taking the time to understand the many layers of our shared reality. May you feel the gentle reassurance that you are never alone on this journey. In these quiet moments of reflection, may the peace that comes from being informed nurture a deep sense of resilience within you. Here, I hope not only to provide you with the news, but also to create a space where truth and calm intertwine, reminding us that every step toward understanding strengthens our collective spirit. Continue seeking the light of truth, and let this haven be a reminder that your inner peace matters just as much as the information that guides you. Thank you for being here. Take care and be well.